service for Constable Julie Briggs was held today. Constable Briggs, 23, was one of 2 officers killed as a result of a bomb explosion at a police club celebration earlier this week.
While we are here.
An honour guard lined the streets as the cortege, escorted by a lone piper, made its way to the cemetery. Constable Briggs is survived by her parents and 2 brothers. Services for Detective David Rogers will be held in his hometown of Wangaratta tomorrow. Information is scarce concerning those responsible for the bombing, and police issued an appeal for public assistance at a press conference late this afternoon.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Superintendent Wallace, can you tell me how the bombing investigation's proceeding?
We're using all our resources to find those responsible.
Will the state government be offering a reward?
It's been discussed, yes.
If a reward is being talked about, does that mean your investigators aren't getting anywhere?
It's possible that a member of the public may have seen or heard a person acting suspiciously. As it is, people are clearly concerned by this crime. We've had numerous phone calls offering help, but we'd like more. Any information the public has, no matter how insignificant it may seem.
Well, come up here, Wally. Help us sort through some of the crap that's getting through to us. Listen to this. Person was seen in the area same night as the bombing. Average height, average build, brown hair, looked like a criminal. Should have this case solved by tonight.
Arrest statistics show an increase in illegal gambling over the past 3 months in the Richmond area. The Green Park Hotel, Kendall Hotel, Lane's Disco, and Nicholl Street Shopping Centre are trouble spots. 3 bars in the Richmond-Abbotsford area were suffering financial problems and were granted substantial loans by a local investment company. These 3 bars are now passing their entire operating profits directly back into that investment company. I can handle it.
I did a hard sell on you.
I was brought up with 4 older brothers. It doesn't get much tougher than that.
I'll just hand you over to the senior sergeant. Senior Sergeant Lockie Renford, Detective Senior Constable Megan Edwards.
G'day.
I must warn you, they're the last of the hard men in here, and Lockie's their spiritual leader.
Don't listen to them. We're just a bunch of big girls when you get to know us. Aren't we, Wheels? We've dumped a computer in the conference room here for you. I hope it works. You'll be safe in here.
I prefer a desk out here.
Bits and pieces on the desk for you to get on with.
St Kilda CI for you, mate.
Talk to me. Yeah. Very naughty person, but he wasn't around, was he? No. We can't do it from in jail, mate, you know?
Christ, Wally, why pick an AC to roll over to?
Naughty!
All right, maybe it's the break we need.
The Assistant Commissioner got a phone call from a bloke admitting to the bombing. Says he'll only talk to a high-ranking officer and they'll ring him back.
The call come to Crime Stoppers?
No, we got it direct. Wally's onto the BCI now, trying to get him to trace the next call.
So what do you reckon? Get these reports to type up.
Fine.
I'll leave them there.
Only if you plan to type them up now.
That's what you're here for, isn't it?
No, that's not what I'm here for.
Come on, sweetheart, I don't know how to work one of these.
Neither do I at the moment, sweetheart.
I'm going to check. All right, let's try it.
Inspector.
Right. Oh, yeah.
We'll have something soon for that computer.
Good, but it's not fully operational yet.
Check Lockie.
No, mate, I know he's a very naughty person, but we crossed him off early on. Alibi. No, mate, look, thanks for thinking of us. That bastard could have been a real possibility. How is the sunny Gold Coast? Oh, rough. Right, we'll see you next cricket match. You run out of typing already.
No, I haven't even started. I haven't got the right bloody program.
What bloody program?
One that will help analyse my typing.
Well, you better go shopping then. If you pass a decent deli on the way through, I'd love a ham sandwich.
Dream on.
Yeah, well done, Lockie.
How are you? Sit in.
Yes,
Spilled what on the keyboard?
G'day, Sid.
G'day, Megan.
Need some bits and pieces.
Oh, where you going, love?
Keys, thanks.
Which car?
The Bronze Falcon.
Yeah, but which one?
Oh, shit.
What's the reg, Joe?
I didn't take any notice. I just borrowed it from my senior sergeant half an hour ago.
Sorry, I can't give you the keys without the registration number. Wouldn't want you driving off in the wrong car, would we?
Oh, didn't you see what I drove up in?
Yeah. A Bronze Falcon.
Caller said to the Assistant Commissioner, quote, I read about your bloody stupid Christmas party in July on the notice board of the Werribee Police Station. I figured it was a good time to take out a lot of cops. Only got 2, but...
Anyone could have read those notices. They were plastered in every station.
Take out a lot of cops, sounds a bit Rambo.
And the AC replied, I see him, would you mind telling me what type of car you used in the bombing? Caller said a red XD Falcon with mag wheels.
That was released to the press.
Or they could have sussed it out from the wreck.
He returned to the theme of killing cops and said he'd ring back later.
Did they record him? Or are they worried about his civil liberties?
The AEC is concerned about evidence and what might happen in court, so it's by the book this time. Warrant's nearly cleared. BCI and Telecom are setting up an intercept. It's all been played very close to the AEC's chest. I was lucky to get these notes.
Look, if we can hear him, even a grab or two, there might be a dozen blokes in here that could recognise him. Save us a lot of time.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Lockie, call for you, mate. So, missing analyst.
Talk to me.
Hi, I need your car rego number. I can't get out of the car park without it.
Great analyst you turned out to be. You can't remember one lousy rego number. EGV 138. Yeah.
Crime Stoppers have got a woman down at the counter. Reckon she saw her next door neighbour making a bomb.
Well, she and the AC's caller can get together. They can ring each other.
Her next door neighbour's Charlie Drew.
You get down there. Get Megan to dig out the file on Charles Lawrence Drew.
Wheels.
EGV 138.
It's gone.
What do you mean it's gone? How can it be gone?
Well, the drug squad took it.
How can the drug squad take it? You wanted me to give you the registration number.
Maybe they just quoted the first number they saw and it happened to be your car.
I see you, Sergeant, you mean. You get on that radio and you make bloody sure they bring that car back before I start to turn ugly.
I can't do that to a detective.
Oh, yes, you can. Tell them they've nicked a car from major crime.
Look, I'm sure they'll be back.
Tell them.
Okay. Just keep it shooting. They say there's no woman in major crime.
There is now, mate. Tell them Senior Detective Megan Edwards said if she doesn't see that car back in 5 minutes, Inspector Brennan will start kicking ass. Now get my bloody car back before I kneecap you.
Oh. I had a chat to a Mrs. Butler. I reckon she's worth a look-see.
What's she like?
I'm a bit nervy. Says she doesn't want a bomber for her next-door neighbour.
I'll get back. I better have a look.
She looks a bit like your mum.
Good morning, Mrs. Butler. I'm Inspector Jock Brennan. Could you come upstairs with us, please? We'll take her.
I think I saw you on telly.
I understand you've got something to tell us.
Look, I told that girl up there, and I told him. How many more have you there?
Just me, I'm afraid. We'll try and have you out of here as soon as possible. Here's the lift. There we go. They've been looking after you?
Yes, thank you.
Haven't been waiting too long?
No, not too long, no.
Mrs. Butler, I thought, too, that when we're finished, I'll get someone to run you home in a plain car if you'd like.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Here we are.
Thank you.
It's round to the left. We've got a little room here where we can have a chat.
Oh, you do all right for yourselves, don't you?
How's that?
Nice setup, the view and that.
You don't notice after a while. It's in here.
Mrs. Butler, would you like a cup of tea?
Yeah, white with 2 sugars, thank you.
Here, take a seat. There you go.
Thank you.
You all right?
You checked me out with major crime.
We weren't to know a woman that been seconded. They don't have much of a sense of humour, do they?
You don't see me laughing either.
You'll have to learn to kiss and make up if you want to cut it in the big league.
Drives like major crime.
Thanks, Peter. Do you mind if we keep some notes while we have a chat?
No. Thank you.
First of all, thanks very much for coming forward.
Well, I saw the funeral on the telly. Shocking thing to happen to that poor girl.
Yes, we're eager to catch the culprits.
Yeah. Bloke on the telly was talking about a reward.
Yes, it's usual in these circumstances.
Yeah? Oh, well, I'd have come in anyway.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to tell us about it?
Well, I told him already. I saw Charlie making a bomb.
Now, how'd you know it was a bomb?
Well, it looked like one.
Can you describe it?
Well, there was an alarm clock and wires and a bunch of things that looked like dynamite.
Get the dogs to sit off Drew's place. Full surveillance and organise a warrant.
You kidding?
I'm not.
Just walked in off the street. Maybe there is a God.
I think she's got her eyes on a reward a lot closer than heaven.
I love the smell of banknotes in the morning.
Has Drew's file arrived yet?
It's on its way. Might take a while to go through it.
That's what we've got an analyst for. You said you saw Charlie Drew making a bomb a day before the blast.
That's right.
That was a few days ago.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to get involved.
Until there was talk of a reward?
I won't say it didn't make a difference, but at first I just couldn't believe Charlie'd do a thing like that.
What changed your mind?
He threw a beer can at my cat. Man, it'd hurt a cat to do anything. So I got scared, all right? I don't go around dobbing people in for nothing.
We're very glad you came forward, Mrs. Butler. Okay? Just a few more questions. Now, you said that you'd seen some things that looked like dynamite. Would you like to talk a bit about that?
Well, it looked like candles wrapped in greasy brown paper.
Where was he doing this?
On his kitchen table.
Was anyone with him?
No. Well, Charlie doesn't have many mates.
Well, what did you do after he told you it was a bomb?
Well, went back to my own place. I know when I'm not wanted.
When did you see Charlie next?
Oh, God.
Yeah?
The next day.
The day of the blast. What time was that?
Late afternoon. I went out to call my cat. It was getting dark and he roared off in that car of his.
Did you see him come home?
Heard him. A couple of hours later. He really did do it, didn't he?
What was the last time you saw Charlie Drew? How's the warrant going?
Wheels is onto it. Dogs are in place at Drew's.
Any movement?
Nothing so far.
Car still there?
Yeah, blue GTHO, all the fancy crap parked outside.
No, fair chance he's still inside. That car's his pride and joy. Mick? Yeah. Got his file? Yeah. Let's go.
Jesus, Web, how long does it take to find a bloody desk?
How much? Did you get the sandwich?
No.
Get on to the goose. Tell him that Drew was seen making a bomb on his kitchen table. He might turn up something interesting. Mick, bring the file.
2 hours with major crime and with a laughing stock of the drug squad. That's quite an achievement.
Yeah, I'm sorry it took so long.
Well, there's a stack of possibles a mile high in there.
I had a bit of a bingle in your car.
Eh?
Spider was in it. Jumped at me. I slammed on the brakes.
You prang my car because of some insect?
Slippery mother's wriggled out of more charges than I've had hot dinners.
Mrs. Butler's statement.
Did she say anything more?
No, nothing relevant.
Boss!
Better get it
Target's on
typed
the
up.
move!
Drew's gone to his car and is checking tyres. Now lifting the hood and appears to be checking oil and water. Looks like he might be getting ready to take a drive.
Oh, we're on our way. If he hits the toe before we get there, follow him, but don't grab him unless you have to.
Roger.
Cochrane's prime, warrants traffic.
Can't wait for it. Get photographic fingerprints and the goose to meet us there. Noddy, Wheels, Tui, let's go. And Mick, for Christ's sake, get Megan onto that file. You with us, Tui?
Yeah, boss.
Look, I know Drew's place. It's a single-storey, double-fronted house with a side access onto a lane. When we're inside, there's a corridor runs from front to back with rooms on either side. Now, I'm pretty sure his bedroom's on the left of the front. So, Tui, you take the back. Wheels aside, Noddy and I will go in at the front.
Expect a bit of an argument?
No, he's too big a sook to carry a gun.
Yeah, but he's not too big a sook to blow up the coppers.
This lot can be eliminated. They're chronic confessors, publicity hounds, known hoax callers, and people who regularly dob in their neighbours.
What took you so long? Well, this bloke's neighbour dobbed him in, saw him making a bomb. That's priority.
Joe, you ready?
On my way.
What's happening?
He went back in about
5 minutes ago. Fingerprints and photographic. They're tied up in a homicide. Reckon there'll be another hour at least. Forensics on its way.
We're on our way down. Let's go.
Please don't move! Please don't move!
Coming out the back! Hold it there! I got him! No, don't shoot me!
Okay, put your hands on the back of your head.
Hey, what's your name? Drew. Charlie Drew. You live here? Yeah.
You're just an old sook, aren't you, Charlie?
Mr. Brennan,
Come inside.
you busted me front door in that forced entry.
Act of God. I swear the wind blew it. Anyway, place needs a bit of fresh air. Stinks like a bloody brewery.
Yeah, right. Hey, you got a warrant?
I could have sworn you invited me in. Anyway, we're old mates, Charlie, remember? And old mates don't need a warrant just to have a bit of a chat. So, what have you been up to?
Nothing. Nothing, Mr. Brennan. I'm on holiday.
You look a bit hot, Charlie. You all right?
Yeah. I knew you blokes would be down on me sooner or later.
So you thought you'd just sit here and wait for us, eh?
You going on a trip? I thought about it. Pretty rash job.
A little bird told us you moved into the bomb business. Now, this is not your style, Charlie. But still, you always were devious.
I don't know nothing about a bomb.
You've been seen, Charlie. We've got witnesses.
Nosy old bitch. You know, I got sick and tired of her poking around. I just wanted to piss her off. Yeah, it was a joke, that's all.
So you made a bomb?
Yeah, but it wasn't real. I just built it to scare her. It was a joke.
Well, let's all go down to the office and have a big laugh about it, eh?
Come on. Come on.
shit, it looks like my place.
Yep.
You look like a pest exterminator.
Vapor emission detector.
Well, body search the cockroaches if you have to.
Recognise the voice?
Sorry, sir. Doesn't sound like anyone I know. He does say "but" at the end of sentences, though. What's that, Queenslander?
There's an accent lurking there. I'd say second-generation Australian. Someone who's been here for a long time.
Telecom can't trace him?
Doesn't stay on the line long enough.
Oh, Mick's good with voices. Mick! Listen to this, man.
Would have made a good movie, me that day. Oh, I liked seeing those police running round like Hitler's jukes after the bang. Yeah, but I kept asking myself, how come that much jelly not only killed 2 cops? Next time, that could be different, but...
Recognise that voice?
No, sorry.
Is that a BCR recording, the bloke who keeps ringing the assistant commissioner?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's almost certainly a chronic confessor, sir. I'd suggest you don't waste too much time with him.
Come in.
People who only want to talk to top brass, they're usually out for glory. This bloke's playing games. My guess is he's inventing things that come very close to the truth, enough to keep the AC interested. He's teasing. Problem is, he's believable. I think he'll talk longer next time. Chronic confessors want to get caught.
Don't happen to know his name and address.
He'll be in the files. I'll know of him when they get him.
There you go, you'll be comfier there.
Sit down. How'd it go?
Admitted making a bomb, said it was a fake. Got his file together?
Fake?
Can I just keep this nice and friendly like a chat with an old mate?
Clear.
The goose turned up as we were leaving. Remind him we've only got 6 hours.
Right.
The 23rd, Friday, 3 days ago.
I don't remember.
I reckon if I stopped anyone in the street and asked them that question, they'd be able to tell me exactly what they were doing when the bomb went up. But Charlie here is the only man in the city who can't remember.
Makes me think he's lying.
No, it's just... Look,
You're stuttering, Charles. You always do that when you start lying.
No, look, I went for a drive. I swear I went for a drive.
We already know that, Charlie.
Our witness said that you went out 1 hour before the bomb went up and came back 2 hours later.
Which is plenty of time for you to switch cars, plant the bomb, watch it go up, get a hard on, and then go back home again.
I never went near the place.
Do you know what type of people plant bombs, Charlie? Cowards, Charlie. Nasty pieces of shit.
What would I want to get you coppers for?
You hear that? Petey loves us. He bears no grudge at all after all the times we've charged him. He still loves us. What did you do with that fake bomb then, Charlie?
Heaps of burgs and theft, forging and uttering, receiving stolen goods, theft by deception. Nothing that fits a bomber's profile.
Dishonourable discharge from the army. He'd have picked up the knowledge to make a bomb.
Yeah, but not the incentive. Sure, Charlie's been in and out of trouble since he was 16, but there's not even a resist arrest on his record. This is not a violent man.
You're a big bloody help. He was seen making a bomb. Something's pushed him over the edge.
Well, if he did do it, he wouldn't have done it on his own.
Well, he's a loner. Who trusts the little shit?
I need to see his house. Letters, papers, bank books. I'll know when I see it.
Well, just give me something I can use. Remember the clock's ticking.
No, you can't have my car again. What do you want to go out there for anyway? You're an analyst, not an investigator.
I'm a detective. I ducks detective training school. Where'd you come in your class?
Take Mick with you.
You won't know what I'm looking for.
He can drive.
Who was in it with you, Charlie? You're too gutless to have dreamed this one up. Who was pulling your strings?
I told you, no one.
What, you did it all by yourself?
It was a fake. A fucking fake! I told you, I made it to scare that old bag next door. I've got to have a piss.
Sit down.
I need a drink.
That would only make you want to piss more, wouldn't it, Charlie?
Ian Cochrane?
Yeah.
Megan Edwards, I'm the analyst with Major Crime. I'd like to go through Drew's papers. I won't get in your way.
You're the first one who hasn't.
Is it all right if I start in his bedroom? I won't contaminate anything.
You were seen making a bomb. You even admitted making a bomb. You have no alibi. And you were seen driving away from home 1 hour before the bomb went off.
I told you, it was a fake.
I don't believe you, Charlie. And I've got the best forensic man in this country going over your place right now, and he doesn't believe you either.
Look, I dumped it. Okay, true as God. I chucked it away. I went for a drive and I turfed it.
Where?
How the hell would I know where? I just got rid of it, that's all.
I don't think anybody built a bomb here.
Why?
Well, if he had, he'd have left some sort of chemical residue. This didn't even clear its throat.
He didn't claim it was a fake.
Anybody consider the possibility he might be telling the truth?
What is it?
Lead wire.
How's your mum, Johnny?
You leave her out of it.
Loves his mum, does Johnny. Maybe we should go and have a chat to her. She'd have to know who you've been hanging around with lately. What'd you get?
Teledecks, notes, diaries, calendars, receipts for hardware. I'm evaluating them now.
Let me know when you find anything.
Oh, Inspector.
Yep.
Drew's place was a real mess, but his papers, I'm not disorganised, doesn't fit.
He was always reasonably fastidious, even if his place is a mess.
Uncharacteristic behaviour. It doesn't just happen without reason.
We know the bloody reason.
It's different wire. It doesn't match the lead wire found in the car bomb.
Could have used several types of wire. You haven't found the matching one yet.
It's been cut with different tools. Charlie cut his with a knife. The wire from the car bomb's been cut with pliers.
And find the pliers.
Listen, after I found that, I tore the place apart. The only tool I found in the place was this. Not your home handyman type.
And the car?
Wall-to-wall accessories. Wheel brace and a jack, that's it.
Oh, bullshit, Goose. You're going to have to go back and have another look.
And I did it thoroughly the first time, I am telling you. There's no forensic evidence to link your man to the car bomb.
I know, Drew. He's shit scared. He did it all right. Now, give me something to nail the bastard.
I can't manufacture evidence that's not there.
I'm not asking you to. You missed something.
Listen, you can't construct a bomb without leaving chemical residues, fibres. It had to be a fake. There wasn't a hint of explosive residue.
Look, Goose, if you ever considered that he might have used a plastic sheet or old newspapers or anything.
Listen, you think this fella's guilty, you prove it. Because I can't.
Anything?
This is interesting. Charlie got himself into real debt about a month ago. Gambling, I'd say. Then suddenly $5,000 goes through his account.
Where from?
I'm working on that right now.
Keep me posted.
Bombing still doesn't fit his profile.
Who have you been talking to, the Goose? You've been having some money worries, have you, Charlie?
It's a recession. Times are tough.
Where'd you get $5 grand?
My mum.
She's been on a pension for 20 years.
I did a job for a mate.
Something like a bombing?
Well, Mr. Brennan, I know you've got it in for me. And I can understand why. But you've got to believe me. I won it at the races.
Another little present from Crime Stoppers?
Lockie, if I'm to do my job properly, I really need to be part of the team out here.
Oh, look, there's no room. The noise of that printer at driver's crate.
Then perhaps a half-glass petition?
Oh, put in some curtains, perhaps? Some pot plants? I can wallpaper it for if you like.
You're missing the point. That is not efficient. I can't do my job if I don't know everything that's going on. I have got to be part of the team.
Well, if the boss is right about Charlie Drew, you could be back at your old job at BCI come Monday.
Is there something between the inspector and Charlie Drew?
Yeah, he was one of his best informers a while back.
What happened?
Nothing you need to worry about.
It may be relevant.
Take it up with the boss.
He's ringing from the old area. I don't wait for it.
Go, go!
We've got some of the digits from the bomb car number plate. 3 are missing, I'm afraid. 2 numbers and a letter. But it's the best we can do. Couldn't even find the second plate. There'd be dozens of combinations, wouldn't there?
Normally, but there wouldn't be too many with that number that have been listed as stolen. All I do is lock into stolen cars, compare the number plates.
They got the caller, Lucky.
Anyone Megan knows?
He's not talking yet.
Shit on.
ALG 009. How's that?
That's pretty good.
No, that's pretty good. Well, look at that. That's
You want to finish your Mutual Admiration Society?
Finally started earning your keep.
Nothing that brings you any closer to Charlie Drew.
The plates belong to a yellow Mazda 323, which was reported stolen 8 months ago, never been recovered.
Well, figures we wouldn't be lucky enough for them to belong to the actual bomb car, but at least we know for sure the Falcon was stolen. What have we got on it so far?
Red XD, mag wheels, fog lights,
The extensive engine modifications, turbocharged mag wheels. I'll give you a list. It's stuff that had to be specially ordered and fitted.
And you can bet 100 to 1 on the mag wheels and fog lights are extras too. So get on to the Ford dealers, see who did the modifications. We should be able to trace the owner through them. And you can take another bet. It'll all tie into Charlie Drew.
You take the bet. I'm not touching it.
Aren't you going a bit overboard on this Charlie Drew thing? You're sticking your neck out. With respect, Inspector.
You seen Charlie's car? He's into accessories. He's got a thing about fancy trim and mag wheels. Now, if Charlie took the bomb car, he would have helped himself to any goodies that he didn't already have.
What's Charlie done to you?
He lied to me.
Oh, they all lie.
He really lied.
If he's such a liar, then why did he own up at the house? I mean, it's bizarre. If he did do the bombing, why didn't he just say no comment or come up with an alibi? That's more Drew's form.
When we landed on his doorstep, he just rolled over.
Then why is he still holding out?
Find out who paid him the $5 grand.
Car's got plenty of extras. It's got mag wheels, turbocharger, fuel injection, racing wheel.
Sorry, fellas, but if you'd like to come to the office, I'll give you some names.
Maybe you fitted them, or you know someone who did?
No, sorry, mate. Well, maybe you can think of somebody who specialises in this kind of high-performance gear. Check with Mario Motors.
This is Gino Martinelli's car. What's the problem?
You know where this Martinelli lives?
Sure.
You're into hotting up your car, aren't you, Charlie? Maybe we should check where you get your accessories from.
Oh, look. Just because I gave you false info once, I'd never do that again.
Then tell me what you did with the bomb, fake or otherwise.
I put it in a bloke's car. I just wanted to scare him, that's all. It was a joke. A bloody joke.
You got a name?
I didn't think so.
My God! There's nothing left! All I had it was a week.
The mechanic said you wanted a lot of extras put on. Fog lamps, mag wheels, sport steering wheel.
3 months I waited for Mario to do what I wanted. I get it back and someone steals it.
Have you got a full list of all these extras?
They used my car, my beautiful car in the police bombing.
I'm afraid so. But we need to know whether it was stripped before they blew it up.
Hey, I reported it stolen a week before the bomb.
Mr. Martinelli, nobody's accusing you of any involvement at all, but whoever took your car may still have some of the parts, and we may be able to trace them.
Got something to write on?
Yeah. Vic? Thanks for your help, Mr. Martinelli. Sorry about your car.
We just found the owner of the car used in the bombing, Charlie. And he happens to live just a few blocks from you. Now, isn't that a coincidence? And he also likes all those fancy accessories. Now, there's another coincidence.
He's a heavy. Sent out to break legs if you don't pay back what you've borrowed. A thug. BCI have had him and his boss under surveillance.
Bolger. Al Bolger.
There's your motive for Drew not saying who he wanted to terrorise with his fake bomb.
Doesn't make sense. Bolger wouldn't scare easy.
Assuming the bomb was a fake, and forensic backs that up. Let's say Charlie borrows $5,000 from Bolger, and he can't pay it back. Freddie's sent over to discuss breaking legs. Charlie decides to get his own back by scaring Bolger with a fake bomb. I can imagine Charlie getting off on the fantasy of Bolger shitting himself when he sees a realistic-looking bomb. It's bad timing for Charlie when someone blew up the town hall on the same day.
You sure Charlie's not the only one having a fantasy?
Piss off.
And why wouldn't he come straight out and tell us that?
Because I think he's more scared of Bolger than he is of us.
So you mean that Charlie would rather go down for killing 2 cops than have Bolger back up his story?
From what BCI know of Bolger and Freddie, I think that's very likely.
Maybe Bolger paid him to construct the police bomb.
Bolger wouldn't even share the same barber as Drew. They're not in the same league.
Bolger's more likely to use a professional than some tin-pot thief who built a bomb on a kitchen table.
Sorry, Sarge. The AC's phantom phoner. His name's Bernie Solkov.
Never heard of him.
Oh, anyway, he's been charged with making a false report to police.
Look, he's a goose checking those missing parts with Charlie's car.
Yeah, and his house and yard.
You want me to get rid of these?
Oh, no. I'll take care of them when I've got time.
And I was just beginning to believe she could walk on water.
How are we doing for time?
We've got him for another hour.
None of the missing parts were at his place or matched the extras in his car.
He could have flogged them. Or he could have hidden them somewhere else, his mum's.
I can't find the evidence if it's not there.
There's got to be something there somewhere, Goose. You've missed it.
You're the one missing something, Inspector. It had to be a fake, like the man says. And I'm damned if I'm going to get caught up in a personal vendetta.
We checked Bulger. He and Freddie were playing poker at the time of the bombing. Half a dozen witnesses, 2 of them lawyers. And 6 hours is up.
I'd love him to go down for it. But then I guess the real bastards would get away. How long you been knocking around with Freddie Knotts and Alan Bulger? We had to be pretty close for Bulger to give you $5 grand.
I've never heard of him.
Money went through your accounts, Charlie. And 2 days before that, you had a meeting with Bulger. This your handwriting? What's it say?
Bulger. 5,000.
And 1 month later, you met with Bulger again. On the 21st, 2 days before the bombing.
That doesn't mean anything.
I reckon it might. Especially when we have a chat to Bulger and Knotts and tell them how you made a fake bomb. I don't think they're going to be too happy with you, Charlie.
Oh, Mr. Brennan, please, I beg.
Why the $5 grand?
I borrowed it. It was a loan. I needed to pay off some gambling debts.
And did you?
Oh, there was this sure thing. Bookie's got it all.
You're a silly little fool, Charlie. You'd rather live in prison than die on the streets.
Come on.
You were once a good crook, Charlie.
I ought to have you for harassment.
See, boss.
Good night.
Nick, what if she burns them? I mean, they're the best pawn shots we got.
That's what happens when you let the girls in.
Yeah. I was hoping to get that information before the end of the year. All right, tomorrow morning we'll be fine. Thanks, mate. Bloody public service, they're worse than we are.
You fellas going out for a brew?
Try and stop it, Lockie. Try and stop.
Where's Noddy?
What's gone on with the missus? Where else?
What about the boss?
No, I don't feel he'll be up to it tonight.
There you go. Your own private collection.
Don't
Devil's this? Hey, look, Mick, have a look at this.
Oh, Megan. Oh, no. I've got another job for you. Now, I'm not going near my car until you get rid of that 8-legged, hairy thing that's running around in there. Now, I want it dead, and I want to see the body. See ya. Good night, Megan.
Thanks, Megan.
See you.
See you later. Night, boss.
Night, boss.
Don't you have a home to go to?
At least we've got a list of missing bomb car accessories. So there's solid evidence out there somewhere. And I did some checking on the accessories forensic catalogued in Charlie's car. They mightn't have matched the bomb car, but I think the stolen car squad might be very interested in what we've found.
Well, I could get him on that. Buy you a drink, detective?